最近シドに移りました。今2週間ここにいます。So right now I've been in Sydney for 2 weeks. I'm staying at my friend's place, and it just so happens that it takes like 24 minutes to walk to the train station or a shop. So I thought, hey, why don't I just like shoot the shits and just like talk to the camera, to you guys about life. I mean, it's been a little bit stressful trying to like settle in and get a job and find a place and dilly-dally and stuff like that. But luckily I had some very good friends helping me out, you know, giving me a place to stay and stuff like that. So it hasn't been too bad. One thing that I find really helps when I feel overwhelmed with life, besides meditation and breathwork and stuff like that, which I think are all very good, is journaling. It's not something I've talked about much, I think, but it's really good. Essentially, what I mean by journaling is you just get out a piece of paper and a pen and you just write whatever the fuck comes out of your brain, man. You don't judge, you don't think, feel, and just let your pen be your brain and just let it out. And it's kind of like you're slowly extracting a stream of consciousness from your brain onto the piece of paper. And the more you do that, the more your brain frees up. Because, you know, it's like, you know, like on your phone, when you use a lot of apps, there's just like a lot of shit happening in the background. And then suddenly it slows down and you're like, why? But it's like, it's because there's all this shit in the background that you haven't really dealt with. And I find journaling is like the perfect way to like clear all of that, you know? Like if you're on an iPhone, it's like, you're like swiping up rapidly to get rid of everything. Or if you're on Android, you just press one button and it does it for you, which is, I feel like, a lot better. I don't know why Apple hasn't really done that yet. But anyways, often I would write so quickly that my handwriting is not legible, which is fine, because it's not really about like you keeping a record of all your dark thoughts throughout your life. It's more just about you getting out the thoughts from your brain and into something else. Otherwise it just starts swirling in your brain over and over, and you don't really know why you're feeling this way or that way. But when you start journaling, oftentimes I surprise myself. I'm like, holy fuck, this was in my brain? No way. Oh, so this is what I was afraid of. Oh my god. Because oftentimes I feel like we kind of run away from our fears and just like negative emotions because we don't really want to deal with it. And I feel like, fair enough, like it feels shitty, it feels scary to deal with that kind of stuff. But the more you run away from it, the worse it gets. So finally, at one point, you just gotta face the darkness and be like, yo, come at me, bro. Let me see what is brewing underneath the chasms of my mind. And once you kind of deal with that shit, you just feel 100 times fucking better. Oh my god, kaze aru, yamete. I've also been learning more Japanese recently, and this could be attributed to Terrace House, because I've been really getting into that recently. It's a good fucking show. It just portrays humanity in such a way that is not seen in the Western world, and I just really love the way people on Terrace House, and maybe all Japanese people, I don't know, potentially interact with each other. There's such a sense of respect and equality amongst peers that I find is very admirable. All the members on Terrace House are really good at communicating, like, you know, whether they have these thoughts about another member or conflicts and stuff, like, eventually it all comes out and they deal with it. And I feel like that's a very mature thing to do, like, instead of kind of like brooding about it and like not even confronting someone, because even though if you like, maybe you don't like someone, but then you're too afraid of confrontation, so you don't do anything, and then you just kind of like passively curse them in your mind. And I just feel like that's kind of childish, right? Whereas members on Terrace House, they're very adult about that stuff, and they just communicate and they just deal with shit, and oftentimes it's like the conflict resolution is very satisfying, you know. They reach a good conclusion, and it's fucking cool, man. Terrace House 行きたい。でも私の日本語上手じゃないですね。ペコペコ食べたい。空気読めない。Oh yeah. But again, Terrace House is a really good show. I recommend it to like anyone wanting to like expand. Oh, this is the other thing, like that it really inspired me to kind of be more humble in general, because I feel like in the past, from doing like social media influencing and stuff, I kind of like made like, I guess, like a reputation for myself, and I'm like, oh well, I'm an influencer, I shouldn't be doing like everyday jobs like waiters and stuff. Like that would be weird. Like, what if someone walks into like some restaurant and sees me and they're like, oh my god, it's that guy, why is he a waiter, isn't that embarrassing, he used to be so cool and stuff like that. And I'd have these sorts of thoughts in my brain, but then seeing people on Terrace House kind of just like live life and be humble and just like get jobs, get like part-time jobs, get like arubaitos and stuff like that, like I'm just like, fuck, that's cool, like that's so chill, they're just doing life one step at a time, you know, kaizen. It's fucking beautiful. So from that I was just like, wow, yeah, I really didn't need to have all this like pride and fear of embarrassment and stuff about just doing stuff like that. So now I'm just super open to doing whatever jobs I haven't really done before, you know, like whether it's being a waiter or like a receptionist or like a call center, customer service, whatever. I'm just keen to try everything, try life. And I just feel more free now compared to before, I suppose. Like, instead of viewing myself as some sort of public figure, I just see myself as no better, no worse than anyone else. And when I feel like you kind of put yourself in a state of like, I guess like egolessness, if you want to call it that. Maybe you can call it that. It's very liberating, and it's been really good having that sort of mindset. Well, I'm pretty much home now. I just went to the store to get some chocolate because I was craving chocolate. I think it's the Taurus full moon, because Taurus kind of signifies indulgence and comfort and relaxation, and on a full moon day when there's a Taurus happening, it just triggers cravings. And I didn't even know, because I was craving shit yesterday, and I'm like, fuck, why do I just feel like eating all of a sudden? And they're like, oh, it's because it's a Taurus full moon. And I'm like, oh, of course, that totally makes sense, right? Astrology is real, guys, 100%. It's super cool. That's it for me. Stay safe, stay young in your heart and your soul. この世界は素晴らしい。本当、全部の夢はできる。信じます。じゃあまた。